Welcome to the Prop Market. I'm your host, the Prop King, and today I have my 2025 NFL Division Round player props for Saturday, January 18th, 2025. So I'm super excited. I have six great player props for you today. I spent a lot of time in the lab, a lot of research was done for these picks. So, of course, if you enjoy them, please like the video, like the channel, subscribe to the channel. We will have Sunday picks as well. So, these are my Saturday show. I also will have Sunday NFL player props as well. So, go ahead and slide over there. I went ahead and put the link in the comment section so you'll be able to check those out as well. Super excited, as I said, to bring these picks to you. Remember, my picks are 100% transparent. So any pick I pick on this show, I'm going to bet myself. So I'm not just going to give you out some picks that, I'm thinking I like. No, it's a lot of research, a lot of information that was put into this. So I'm going to put my own money behind it. And also, if you enjoy, a pick, if you like a pick, go ahead and take that pick. But if there's a pick you're like, I'm not too sure about, well, then don't use it. Remember, this is informational. I'm picking these picks doesn't mean you have to. So, keep what you like, leave what you don't. With all that being said, let me go ahead and get to my first pick for this week. And that's going to be Jaden Daniels of the Washington Commanders. 209 passing yards, projected 245. So I'm not going to pay too much attention to his average because I believe this game is going to be an absolute shootout. Set at 55.5 points for the over under. And I feel like that's even too low. I expect even more points in that game than what we have here. Detroit is giving up the most yards to receivers this season. So I see Jaden Daniels spraying it out to them, along with getting Austin Ekeler involved, which we'll talk about later in the show. Detroit will also score, which will make Daniels have to keep up with them. I also believe that Jaden Daniels will be playing from behind. So I'm expecting a lot of empty yards, as we call it. And those are yards that you get when the game's over, teams playing prevent, just trying to catch back up. So with all that being said, I like it's over 236 passing yards for Jaden Daniels. Next pick here is CJ Stroud from the Texans. Now, CJ Stroud played really well last week versus the Chargers, and he's coming back for more this week. You see, I'm looking at his fantasy score, playing from behind versus the Chiefs as well. They give up a lot of yards to the quarterbacks, rushing quarterbacks. He hasn't rushed a lot this year, but I think he's going to do a little bit more because it's the playoffs. So they're giving up over 25 yards to quarterbacks this season, one of the worst. Also, they're also struggling with stopping tight ends. 17.5 was his number versus the Chargers for his fantasy score. You see his average is at 14. I got him projected at 16.4. Prize Picks has him somewhere in the middle. I believe CJ Stroud plays well in this game, and I believe he's coming from behind. He'll get some empty yards. I also see him rushing as well. Definitely should get 1 to 2 touchdown passes, and that'll easily get us over his 15 fantasy score. I feel like this number is too low for somebody who's coming into a game versus a Chiefs defense that has played well all season, but I don't love them as well. I will say that. I do not love their defense. For that, I love this over here. Next guy is DeAndre Hopkins from the Chiefs. Now, this is going to be a revengeful game for him as he's coming back versus his old team, the Texans. He's averaging 44 receiving yards since he's joined the Chiefs, and I project him to have 38. So you see the number must be pretty low for a guy who is the number one receiver, in my opinion. I get Xavier Worthy is there. Of course, we know Travis Kelce, and we'll get to him. But with that being said, there's high motivation for Hopkins. They've kind of been saving him. I think he's going to get into the middle of this defense. He's really good at creating space. I believe he can get this number with 2 or 3 receptions, maybe just two. They're probably not going to let Patrick Mahomes push the ball down the field. Hopkins is a possession receiver, so he's not really trying to burn down the field. I'd expect this number to go over 30.5 receiving yards for DeAndre Hopkins. Next guy is Travis Kelce. He's averaging 51. Got him projected at 58. Here's the thing about Travis Kelce. He hasn't played good this season, but when the playoffs come, as we all know, that's when the lights get bright. That's when he plays his best. Mahomes is very familiar with him. He's almost like a safety blanket for them. The Texans are good versus the pass, only allowing 211 yards, but tight ends, they're not very good. They're allowing a lot of open passes to tight ends in the middle of the field. Travis Kelce, Patrick Mahomes will play their little games here. I expect him to get, anywhere from 10 targets, which is way up from what he's been getting this season. So I like his usage rate. I like him over 51.5 receiving yards. Next guy is Austin Ekeler from the Commanders. And Austin Ekeler, he's coming back slowly. He was injured, but Robinson hasn't done much. Definitely didn't do much last game. So I see Ekeler getting a lot more opportunities. Um, this, like I said before, this is a high total, so expect a lot of yards. I also expect the Redskins to be coming from behind, so those dump down passes will be available for him, where he can turn those receiving yards and get upfield. I expect him to be more active in the rushing game as well. Usage rate should just go through the roof as he becomes more healthy. They didn't get much from the rushing game. I see them looking to him this week. I really like his experience here. I like him over 49.5 rush plus receiving yards for Austin Ekeler. Next pick is Sam Laporta of the Lions. Now, Sam Laporta is a guy who's, had a really good rookie season. He's been injured quite a bit this season, but he's still averaging 45 receiving yards. I got him projected at 54. Um, I believe that Goff will be rushed a couple times, but the Commanders do not cover well the middle of the field. He'll be getting a lot of usage. Like I said, it's a 55 point total. So I really believe he goes over this pretty easily. I like his over 49.5 receiving yards. I think Goff's going to look in the middle of the field for him. There's no way he doesn't go over this number in this game. I like his usage rate as well. Now to a recap. Got Daniels over 236 passing yards, Stroud over 15 fantasy score, Hopkins over 30.5 receiving yards, Kelce over 51 receiving yards, Ekeler over 49.5 rush plus receiving yards, and Laporta over 49.5 receiving yards. If you enjoyed this video, please like it. The more likes, the algorithm comes better for me. So if you're watching for the first time, subscribe because I have so much information here. I'll be your tour guide throughout this NFL season. Also, we'll have college football picks as well. And I want to tell you guys I have that Sunday pick up for you very soon. So you can just slide over and go ahead and watch that video as well. But, like I always say, we're 100% transparent here. If you win on this video, come like it back next week. Come watch it again. And like I always say, keep what you like, leave what you don't, and let's cash.